Alright guys, welcome back to Behind the Curtain, episode number 3, part 1 for your Friday morning. How you guys doing? Still extremely tired. I'm going to go watch Rampage last night in D-Box. If you haven't seen the review's up on the channel. Now, as far as the week of WWE with WrestleMania week, NXT, all that, Raw, SmackDown. Still exhausted for all those hours of streaming and all those hours. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, yesterday, went back to watch WrestleMania 33 to watch a couple more matches just to get a little bit more clarity of, what we saw with my rating. So, Seth Rollins, Miz, Finn Balor. Went back to rewatch that match too. Match was okay. Wasn't better than the Raw match. So I went back and watched that. That match was okay. Asuka versus Charlotte. Probably say that was the second best match of the night. That probably was the second best match of the night. So went back and watched that one too. They should have given a little bit more minutes. I think they would have got 5 more minutes. Have been better because they only had 13 minutes. You back and watch that match. They only had 13 minutes. Again, what they did on SmackDown with Carmella, you might as well had her cash in at WrestleMania. You might as well had her cash in at WrestleMania. But you know what the agenda is: push Charlotte so she can face Ronda Rousey next year. That's the agenda there. What was after that? After that was, I believe, the U.S. title match. We'll get into Rusev. We'll get into Rusev about that too. About that today. His stuff with Rusev, which is crazy what's going on with him. He might not even be in the company anymore after this week. So, Rusev should have won. We all know that. Mahal shouldn't have won. To get another match of Mahal and Randy Orton at Backlash. Pointless. Somebody wants to watch that. Pointless. After that, I believe it was Ronda Rousey, Murr Angle, Triple H and Stephanie. By the way, I just ordered my Ronda Rousey t-shirt. So she made the mail too. With Seth Rollins. To order Seth Rollins shirt too. Again, this was the most entertaining match of the whole night. Ronda, Angle, Triple H and Stephanie. Best match of the night. After that, I believe we had SmackDown titles. Still about that. They only got 6 minutes. Still about that. Then after that, I believe we had the Undertaker and Cena spot. There's been some mixed reactions to that spot. I mean, I don't mind John Cena doing a favor for Undertaker because we all know his match last year with Roman Reigns was trash. So I don't mind seeing Cena doing the favor for Undertaker. I'm glad he did the favor for him because other people say, "Oh, John Cena doesn't put nobody over. He doesn't do this and that." Listen, how many superstars with the status of John Cena would have done that to get squashed by Undertaker in 4 minutes? Who would have done that? You know what I'm saying? So respect Cena for doing that. After that match, I believe we had... Was it? No. Dang it. After Cena and Undertaker, who was next? Okay, we're just going to Daniel Bryan. I think that was Daniel Bryan. If I'm missing something, let me know below, guys. Daniel Bryan, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle. What's Daniel Bryan, Kurt Angle? Daniel Bryan, Shane against Kevin and Sami Zayn. Going back and watch that match again, too. I don't know why Vince did what he did. Again, I'll tell you, I have my feelings. I believe Vince sabotaged a couple matches for the ending. Good little what? I think they had like 12 minutes. A good little 12 minutes. Glad to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring. We'll see if it's full time or if it's part time. We'll see. After that, we had, I believe it was AJ against Nakamura. Again, like I said, I hate seeing matches that are the starting for something. They could have turned Nakamura heel 3 weeks ago. Everybody likes Nakamura as a heel, which I like Nakamura's heel, but they could have done what they did with him on WrestleMania and on SmackDown 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think they wanted to turn Nakamura heel, but this is all about them keeping AJ on SmackDown. You could have turned Nakamura heel 3 weeks ago. Yes, you want to keep AJ on SmackDown, but you could have done this 3 weeks ago. But Nakamura's a heel. He looks pretty entertaining. Hopefully they have a better match at Backlash than they had WrestleMania. Because the match at WrestleMania was underwhelming. And again, it didn't even get out of first gear, in my opinion. So, next match was Braun Strowman with the Nicholas. This could have been the pre-show. This match could have been the pre-show. You could have gave Nakamura and AJ more time. You could have gave Charlotte and Asuka more time. This could have been the pre-show. And then our main event. Which will be our first topic we'll touch on after the break here. But Roman and Brock. There's like so many different things here with Brock Lesnar. Is Brock Lesnar only signed back for one more match? Is Brock signed back for a whole year? Or is he only signed back to go to SummerSlam? We'll get into this whole thing here after the break. But again, I stopped doing my live stream for Mania during this match. Because I think everybody thought, there's no way Roman's losing to Brock Lesnar. Is there? There's no way possible he's losing to Brock Lesnar. And then he lost to Brock Lesnar. Which is still shocking to me. So there's plenty of ways they can go with Roman Reigns here. So we'll touch on that after the break here. But my overall review again of Mania, I mean, it wasn't the worst Mania I've ever seen, but it was not better than WrestleMania 31. It was not better than WrestleMania 30. And I know I'm getting some mixed reactions here, but I actually like WrestleMania 33 better than this. I mean, it's not just because the set was amazing and you had the whole fireworks outside the stadium, but it just felt more, how should I say, it felt more congruent. It felt more, again, it might just because the set from Orlando was just so amazing compared to this little, that's the mask and that's it, you know what I'm saying? But I'll give this, I still sticking with my score, 7.5. I believe if you would have gave Charlotte and Asuka more time, they could have had one of the greatest women's matches of all time, if you want to say it. But it's just as the outcomes that you wanted didn't do what it should have done. Again, like we all went into Mania saying Nakamura and AJ probably could steal the show. It might be one of the best matches of WrestleMania since what? Punk Jericho or something like that, or Punk Taker. But we didn't get that. I mean, the main event, underwhelmed. Even though Roman was bleeding like a crimson mass, but that shouldn't have been the main event. Cena and Taker, yeah, you might have wanted 20 minutes, but you know Taker can't go 20 minutes. At this age, he can't go 20 minutes. But one thing it sure did, Ronda Rousey's the biggest star in your company right now. After Mania, she is. Then Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, there was some okay call-ups. I mean, seeing Joe back was amazing. Joe, I love Samoa Joe. Seeing him back, Jeff Hardy come back, Bobby Lashley coming back. Again, I'm not the hugest Bobby Lashley fan. I'm not. But we'll see what happens with him, Bobby Lashley. Ronda Rousey breaking Stephanie's arm again. Maybe Stephanie's off TV for, 4 or 5 months, and then they face off at SummerSlam. That's a thought there. Anything else? Ember Moon debuting. Happy to see Ember Moon on the main roster. Is there anything else on Monday Night Raw? I think that's pretty much it. I mean, nothing else important happened on Raw. SmackDown, again, Charlotte should have lost at Mania if you're going to have Carmella cash in. You could have kept Asuka's streak intact. You could have done that, Vince. Seeing Peyton Royce and Billie Kay debut. I love Peyton Royce. Yes, I have Peyton Royce is number one. Good seeing them come up on the main roster. Again, heel Nakamura. Amazing. Daniel Bryan and AJ have a little, 7-minute match? What they did in that 7 minutes was better than AJ and Nakamura, in my opinion. Just felt special, felt better what they did on SmackDown. Anything else on SmackDown? Rusev losing again. We'll get into Rusev again here in a minute. Surprised, but after what he's reported to doing, this is better for Rusev then. If he wants to leave, let him leave. We'll get into that in a minute. Anything else on SmackDown? I believe that was it. Nothing else. It was a good show. SmackDown better than Raw, in my opinion. But all right, that was the opener, guys. We'll go ahead and get into today's topics after the break. Names revealed for the Royal Rumble. Update on the finish of WrestleMania between Roman and Brock Lesnar. And we'll get on to this updates of Rusev and what's going on with him. And he's freaking even changing his Twitter name on Twitter now. So catch you guys after the break.
Yeah. DJ Darrell. Yeah. The way we put this shit together, you know what I mean? Punch on the rail, make the beat, you know what I mean? I got this man on the saxophone.
Alright, guys, let's get into this first topic here. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. We all were surprised that Roman lost. I think when Roman lost, I think my reaction was more priceless than Oscar losing. I think my Oscar reaction was Roman losing was like, you know what I'm saying? But let's just get into this Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar finish of WrestleMania. So, there's been about mixed reports of the finish of WrestleMania. Did Roman Reigns know that he was losing going into the match? Or did Vince change on the fly, going off the crowd reaction saying this match is awful? Yeah, CM Punk, them throwing beach balls, and saying this match sucks. So, let's just break down what happened to Roman and Brock Lesnar. So, announced by WWE Monday afternoon that Universal Champion Brock Lesnar has re-signed with WWE. So he retained the title over Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 34. It was well known that his contract with the company expired on Sunday night. Wow. See, There were so many mixed reports of Brock's contract. It was, his contract expires in August. Because he went to the UFC, his contract was frozen. He has to make up those dates. Well, it looked like he made up those dates last year when he appeared like how many times last year. So I thought he made up those dates. But expired on Sunday night. There was some speculation about him returning to the UFC, which we all heard Dana White saying, Brock's coming back to UFC. He's going to do this and that. But again, when Brock goes back, he has to wait 6 more months and be tested every month because of his PED suspension. So he has to be clean for 6 months after he goes back to the UFC. And then he could wrestle after the 6 months or whatever when he wants to do whatever with the UFC or if he wants to come back to WWE. So it'll be 6 months. He had to be tested clean when he goes back to UFC. Okay, at that point, Dave Meltzer gave some more insight on the speculation as well as the finish of the main event of WrestleMania 34 during the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio. Here's what he had to say. The decision the agreement was made for Lesnar to stay right on the Monday they did the interview. So on the Go Home show where he said my God, I hate how people word this stuff. It really irritates me. Let's just go there. So on the Go Home show where he said if he loses, both Lesnar and Paul Heyman will never be seen again. So they actually made the deal that day. So it was made last Monday. Deal that day. But the contract for him to stay wasn't signed until Sunday before the match. So Brock was sitting back there backstage, wherever he was at, like, man, do I really want to stay here? Or do I want to go do the UFC? Do I want to wait the 6 months? I mean, he must have got some good chunk of change from Vince McMahon to sign again, right? It was very much tell nobody. Roman knew the story that he told was somewhat true in the ring. He did show up that day to the building thinking he was winning the belt. So just like WrestleMania 31, Roman showed up to the building thinking, I'm winning the match. And then you know what happened in WrestleMania 31? He had the whole Seth Rollins swerve. And then this year, he lost again. Yeah, we'll get into all this Roman Reigns stuff here in a minute, bro. This is some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff. Roman showed up to the building on Sunday thinking he was going to win the championship. He was then told that they had changed the plans. And I didn't even know that he was mad at the least. He'd probably be mad if Strowman ends up with the belt. What's wrong with that? How many times has Roman Reigns been a champion? 4 times? You've been also an Intercontinental Champion, U.S. Champion, Tag Team Champion. Let somebody else. Braun Strowman's not even won a belt. Let Braun get his updents, man. So he'd probably be mad even if Strowman ends up with the belt. But I don't think, knowing if that will happen, that we'll see. To end here. The negative crowd reaction isn't to believe a factor in the finish being changed. A handful of people probably knew about the finish being changed, which was originally Reigns counters that last F5 into a spear. So that's it right there. Listen here. There's been a lot of debates about this. Even I've listened to JD, I've listened to everybody, Cronin, and everybody on the internet. On Monday, when I was at work and we all got that stupid update from WWE about Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at the greatest Royal Rumble ever in a steel cage match. And then we had Samoa Joe on Monday Night Raw saying, after Brock Lesnar ragdolls you again and you fail again, I'll be waiting for you at Backlash to put you to sleep. There's so many mixed signals being sent by WWE. Like, what do you want to believe? What do you don't want to believe? Listen here. So I don't have the official what the link of Brock Lesnar's contract is. So I don't have that physically. So this is gonna be me off my judgment and what I believe to be true and what not to be true. I believe Brock Lesnar probably re-signed a 1-year deal. I think Vince maybe is gonna let him do the UFC, re-enter the UFC because again it's just 6 months. It's a 6-month thing. So we all know we don't believe Brock to be wrestling Greatest Royal Rumble, next pay-per-view. No, we know Brock's schedule is probably going to be the Greatest Royal Rumble, probably taking time off, come back to build up for SummerSlam. That's what right there, that's what. May, June, July, August. So that's what, 3 months right there of break after the Greatest Royal Rumble. So I believe Brock probably signed another 1-year deal. So 3 months off there, and then he can do SummerSlam. But the thing is, for the UFC, he has to be 6 months of clean testing. So that means, can he do the WWE thing and then be tested for the UFC at the same time, or he can't do that. So it's either Brock signed a one more match deal, and he's gonna do the UFC thing and come back after he does the UFC again. I'm gonna go off my gut, and my gut's probably gonna tell me this. Brock Lesnar probably re-signed a 1-year deal. I'm thinking he probably signed a 1-year deal. It's probably a 1-year deal in my opinion, because I think Brock would want to come back to UFC, but it's just, again, it's a whole 6-month stretch of where he can't do nothing else. He has to be tested every month. Would you want to do that right now at your age, or do you want to make more money with Vince McMahon? I believe Vince probably gave Brock, what the heck, probably 15 or maybe 16 more million. We knew his last contract was 12 or 13 million. So I believe Vince probably said, you know what, give you 13 or 14 more million. Then after this last contract, you can go do UFC again, Brock. What do you want to do? I believe Brock probably signed on that day. Another 1-year deal. So, where does this impact the match between Roman and Brock at the Greatest Royal Rumble? Okay, so my belief is this is going to be like this. If Roman Reigns loses on, next Friday? No, it's a Friday after that. On the 26th, Avengers Day, people. Avengers Day. We can't forget that. If Roman Reigns loses to Brock Lesnar in this match, that should be it, bro. Move him to freaking SmackDown, okay? I'm sorry. You can build up other people on Raw. If he loses to Brock, move him to SmackDown. Oh, actually, no. Don't do that. That's the same brand as AJ Styles. I'm sorry. Don't do that. That's my favorite wrestler. Don't move him to the same brand. But you can do other stuff with him. Turn the man heel. Okay, so for example, if Roman loses to Brock, loses to Joe, that'll be his breaking point. Just turn him heel. Be his breaking point. So, my gut's telling me this is what Vince McMahon's probably going to do. We all know, here in the United States, us hardcore fans don't take no bull crap. We know what we like, we know what we don't like, we know who we think should be pushed, and we know who we think shouldn't be pushed. So, them going all the way over there to Saudi Arabia, say Roman wins. Will Roman be cheered? Would Roman be booed? I've heard mixed reactions. I've heard people in Saudi Arabia don't like Roman. I've heard people in Saudi Arabia say, we love Roman. This is a tough decision. Keep the belt on Brock Lesnar. Again, my thinking was keep the belt on Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman beats him in SummerSlam. What's so wrong about that? What's so wrong about Braun Strowman being the guy? You know he's one of the top merchandise sellers in the company. Get these hands is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But my thinking is going to be this. They're going to give the belt to Roman. I think they'll give the belt to Roman. Brock will take his time off. Maybe he'll come back at SummerSlam and get a rematch with Roman Reigns, maybe in the Hell in a Cell or something like that. I think they'll give the belt to Roman. Roman be his little cheered over there in Saudi Arabia, and he'll come back over here and be booed. That is what it is. It's a dang shame that they pretty much screwed the main event of WrestleMania by having this being a setup match for. Again, I hate setup matches. This is ridiculous. So they screwed the match at WrestleMania 34 main event when they could have gave it to AJ. They could have gave it to Nakamura. Hell, you could have gave it to Asuka versus Charlotte. Hell, you could have gave it to Ronda Rousey main event of WrestleMania. But you end up having a finish being not the real finish, and you're going to have this crap in Saudi Arabia be the main event probably, right? Right, Vince? So my thing is Roman probably get the belt. Just get this out of the way. If it's a 4-month reign, it's a 5-month reign, whatever. Let's just get this guy's last reign out of the way, because I told you again, once Aleister Black comes to the main roster, hell, once Aleister Black, once EC3, once Drew McIntyre comes, I guarantee Vince will be like, who are these people? Triple H, who are these guys? Yeah, Roman, your push is going to be over, bro. So, worst case, just give the guy the belt so we can get this crap out the way. That's why I said at WrestleMania, just give him the belt so we can get this crap out the way. We all know we don't care about Roman Reigns that much, just to get this push out the way. And once he fails again as being a babyface, then we can move on to somebody else, which I hope it happens. So, it's my thoughts on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. It's what it is, people. Let's get the crap out the way. That's why I said WrestleMania. Let's get it out the way. So, let's just touch on the who's going to be in this freaking Battle Royal at the freaking Saudi Arabia. Okay, so we know Chris Jericho was added this week. We also know Chris Jericho is taking the place of Rusev, which I'll get into Rusev after this. Chris Jericho is taking the place of Rusev in the casket match against The Undertaker. Look at why can't we get a casket match between Cena and Undertaker WrestleMania events? What the heck is going on? Okay, so PW Insider is reporting that Rey Mysterio is scheduled to appear at the upcoming Greatest Royal Rumble. So, again, we said Rey Mysterio was in town for WrestleMania. I mean, he did sign a little quick contract. Mysterio will be in the Greatest Royal Rumble event, which is, hey, it's 50 men, right? Need some real star power. As of this writing, there's no word yet on if he will be wrestling at the show due to him dealing with a torn bicep. It is shown to be noted that Mysterio has yet to make a deal with the company. So, he's not signed a full deal, but he's going to be... Look at these guys really cutting grass. You see this crap, bro? But Mysterio is reported to be scheduled to make an appearance at the coming Greatest Rumble. So, I don't know if he's going to be in the match or he's just going to be in an appearance. But if he's in the match, that's cool. Another star power. The Greatest Royal Rumble event takes place April 27th, Avengers Day, in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia at the King Abu Dhabi International Stadium, and also air on the network, which is good. Okay, there's been conflicting reports. People don't know what time it's going to take place. Okay. WWE Network with a special start time of 11 a.m. on the East Coast, 8 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're in LA or San Diego or whatever, 8 a.m. the pre-show starts. Over here in the East Coast where I'm at, 11 a.m. Show will start at 12 o'clock. Both Raw and SmackDown brands will take place. But we all know this. This is another... I don't know if you guys know this. Women cannot compete in Saudi Arabia. So you're not going to see no women's matches, which is a dang shame. Hell, we could have got a rematch between Asuka and Charlotte, but we're not going to get that either. So that just sucks to me. No women can compete in Saudi Arabia. But again, they do it for the money, right, people? They do it for the money. It's a 10-year deal in Saudi Arabia. So we don't know if it's going to be an annual event thing or just it's going to be a one-time thing. So, okay, let's get into this Rusev discussion here. And I got some more topics after the Rusev Day. Oh, it was right here. Totally forgot. That's what Chris Jericho reports with that. Alright, here we go. In stunning turns of events, Undertaker will battle Chris Jericho in a casket match at the Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Yada yada yada. Originally, the casket match was to be between the Dead Man and Rusev. However, Lana, who originally showed public support for her husband competing against The Undertaker, recently tweeted about second thoughts over the Bulgarian Brute competing against The Undertaker. Let's just read some of Lana's tweets. So this is some interesting stuff. All over the world, little boys and girls celebrate Rusev Day. They smile for the greatest superstar ever. I've already spoken with WWE officials to change that match because I refuse to let my husband Rusev Day compete in the casket match. Sister, I refused for my husband to compete in the casket match. Okay. Yeah, we know that. Okay, we know about that. Where's the report about Rusev changing all his stuff? Oh, here it is. The next one. She was the next one. Freaking, it was on Cage Side Seats. Alright, let's go back to this article. Maybe not the best Rusev Day ever. The last 40 hours for the Bulgarian Brute have been a whirlwind. On Wednesday, Rusev was booked in a marquee match with The Undertaker for the Greatest Royal Rumble. On Wednesday, yes. Rusev even began to promote the feud on social media. Hours after WWE announced the match, this morning, April 12th, Rusev and his wife, Lana, conducted an interview with TMZ, and the leader of the Rusev Day movement talked a little trash to the Dead Man. Hours after the interview dropped, Rusev was removed from his match with The Undertaker and replaced with Chris Jericho. Okay, so whatever Rusev said in this interview with TMZ, WWE obviously didn't like it. What? The dude's trying to build up his match with The Undertaker. You just randomly put him in the match with The Undertaker. He does an interview with TMZ and you don't like the way he talked in the interview, so you're going to remove him to put Chris Jericho? Fact A, this should have been... Triple H is facing John Cena on this stupid card for some reason, right? Why not do Undertaker versus Cena in a casket match? Why not put Triple H against Rusev or something like that? Where I guarantee you Triple H should put Rusev over in a match. They did that, right? You could easily just swap the two people. Who wants to see Cena versus Triple H? I don't. You could have just swapped Undertaker to face Cena in the casket match and then put Rusev against Triple H. I'd love to see Rusev versus Triple H. But we all don't think alike, right, people? We don't think like they think. After losing his shot against The Undertaker, Rusev changed his profile picture on Twitter and deleted all references to the WWE from his profile. So Rusev changed his Twitter profile. Let's go down here to what it says. TDE Wrestling came a night. So he changed his name to what it was when he originally started wrestling with Rikishi's company. So the Rusev did this. Life is life. It will be Rusev Day somewhere else. It should also be noted that Rusev did not or no longer follow any of the WWE main accounts on social media. Is the real name? Yeah, Rusev's real name is down here. I'm not going to try to pronounce this. Not going to try to pronounce it. It's getting ready for something. What is next for Rusev? Okay, my thing is this. Again, You could have just swapped Triple H to face Rusev and then Undertaker to face Cena in the casket match. That makes more sense, right? But so you go ahead, you take Rusev out the match because you don't like the way he talked in his interview to TMZ. You replace him with Chris Jericho and you take him off the card, or you just take him out of the match with Undertaker and he's gonna be in the Battle Royal. This is just crazy, man. Again, Rusev should have won the U.S. title at WrestleMania. Or A, Rusev should have won the number one contender match on SmackDown to face Mahal at Backlash, which sounds a lot better. But you go ahead and do none of those situations, and now you're having Rusev being mad, which I told you guys on the last Behind the Mic. Rusev wanted to be released if you don't push me. So now you're even making him more mad. This is crazy. This is crazy, crazy stuff. Alright, this is going to be the last topic here for Behind the Curtain, Episode 3, Part 1. How long is this damn event going to be, first of all, in freaking Saudi Arabia? Let's find out. So here are the current matches, alright, for the show. 50-man Royal Rumble match. We already know that. Universal title steel cage match, Lesnar against Roman. We know that. John Cena versus Triple H. We know that. Casket match, The Undertaker versus Chris Jericho. We know that. WWE Intercontinental title ladder match between Rollins, Miz, Balor, and Joe. We know that. Raw tag team match, The Bar versus either the Wyatts or Hardy or the Revival. It'll be the Wyatt and Hardy. Cruiserweight title match to be announced. SmackDown title match, the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos. We know that. And AJ Styles is supposed to defend his title, but we don't know who's going to defend his title against. So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 matches for it to be on this show. So this is going to probably be what? Another 4-hour show? Another 4-hour show, Vince McMahon. Oh my God. This dude in these long shows, man. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. But that's the topics for today, guys. So for tomorrow, Behind the Curtain, Episode 3, Part 2, we'll see what we can find for you guys tomorrow. But there'll be an episode tomorrow. But again, that's my thoughts today. I don't know what they're going to do with Rusev. Is Rusev going to be released? What are they going to do with this guy? Again, Money in the Bank. So before we close the show, we'll just talk about this. The Money in the Bank this year, I believe, is a dual brand pay-per-view, right? So it's either The Miz should win right now or Rusev. Those are my two guys. So if you're not going to push Rusev after the Money in the Bank, just let the guy go. Don't let him go. If you're not going to Money in the Bank, just let him go. Just let the guy go. So don't forget to like the video, guys. Comment down below. Subscribe. Catch you guys back here for some more videos I'll do for you guys in a second. Peace.
Yeah. DJ The way we put this shit together, you know what I mean?